There is good productivity, what happens? Ultimately, there is profitability. So this is the concept of organizational development. Organization development is a long-range effort to improve an organization by problem solving and renewal process. OD is long-term approach which takes 3 to 5 years. That is, organization development cannot be brought about overnight. Hello everyone, this is Purna Chandra, Faculty, Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram, the Temple of Excellence. So we are dealing with the subject organizational behavior for third sem B.Ba as per the new education policy scheme, and today we are starting the fourth unit, and today will be the first session in unit 4. The name of the unit is organizational development. So we will start. So agenda for today's class is meaning and nature of OD. So what is the basic meaning of OD? That is organization development. Why do we need organization development? So what are the problem areas? How do you develop the organization? By altering the behavior of the people inside the organization. And nature. There are 10 different nature of organization development which you will be understanding in today's class. Competencies of an OD practitioner. That is, what competitive skills, knowledge a OD practitioner should have to deal with the process of organizational development. We will be understanding in today's class. So we will start. So first, we will get ourselves introduced to organizational development. So basically, what is organization development? Why do you need organization development? So we will understand here. So here, development of an organization is a key issue for the overall development of human resource to enhance the goal achievement. So what happens is, organization mainly deals with thousands of employees with unique behavior. So each one's behavior is unique and they exhibit different kinds of behavior like positive behavior or negative behavior. So now it becomes important that you identify the problem regarding the people inside the organization and you rectify the problem so that you achieve your goal. Suppose you do not alter the negative behavior of the people inside the organization, obviously you won't be able to achieve your objective or goal. So the main purpose of organization development is to identify the problem regarding the behavior of people inside the organization and alter those behavior in such a way that they abide by the rules and achieve the goals of the organization. Next, organization development is an intentional work. That is, it is an intentional work. You have to do it deliberately. Free of time or casually, you cannot come out with organization development. You have to do it intentionally so that organization does better and increase its profitability. So here what happens is, on analysis, on diagnosis, you come to know that workers are not motivated to work. Now it is a big problem. So now what you have to do, you have to do some organization development so that they get motivated. So when they get motivated, what happens? It results in productivity. So when there is good productivity, what happens? Ultimately, there is profitability. So this is the concept of organizational development. So next, organization development is a technique used for bringing change in the entire aspect of the organization rather than focusing attention on individuals. So it concentrates on the organization as a whole. So what happens here? It is not only targeting one individual inside the organization. It wants to develop the entire organization. So the behavior pattern of the entire organization is observed. Any deviations or any negative behavior is found out, and finally it is altered so that there is organization development. So this is one more introduction. So next, definition of organization development. So there's a definition of organization development which you have to understand. So here, organization development is a long-range effort to improve an organization by problem solving and renewal process. So here There are two things, that is, it is not for days or months. It will happen in years. So how do you do this? You identify certain problem areas and you come out with solution to those problems and you solve those problems in problem solving. And you also indulge in renewal process. That is, you want to bring in new methods of behavior or production inside the organization. You want to change the old style of operating inside the organization. You want to come out with new policies, rules, strategies, methods, etc. That is renewal process. Next, organization development is done through a more effective and collaborative management of organization culture. So obviously, organization development mainly focuses on organization culture. So when it focuses on the organization culture, it gets to know the behavior pattern, the culture of the people inside the organization. So then what you can do is, you can collaborate and become a manager, and you can deal with rectifying the organization culture if it is a negative one. That is the meaning. Organization development is done with the assistance of change agent. So obviously there is a change agent. He might be a researcher or a human resource manager who is external to the organization. He comes in and he comes out with the organization development. He diagnoses the problem, evaluates, assesses, comes out with action plan, implements the changes, and he leads to organization development. So use of theory. Obviously, there are a lot of management theories that has been propounded by different people that can also be used to bring about OD. Technology of applied behavioral science. That is, there is latest technology that is based on behavioral science. It analyzes the behavior of people inside the organization. So that can also be used to bring about organization development, including action research. So there is an action research model based on which you can come out with organization development. So this definition is given by French and Bell. So this is regarding the definition of organization development. So next, nature of organizational development. So there are 10 different nature. We will discuss one by one. OD is an education strategy for bringing a planned change. So what is the meaning of education strategy here? So education strategy means, on observation, if the OD practitioner comes to know that the employees, subordinates, middle-level managers are not well educated, they have not got clarity regarding what is the kind of work they have to do, they have got no clarity regarding the raw materials, the process that is taking place, the technology they are using. So what happens? They give them education. So they educate them, give them inputs regarding these factors so that they get educated, develops themselves and work well. So education strategy for bringing a planned change. That is the meaning. Second one, OD is related to real problems of the organization. Obviously, organization development focuses on the real problems and the prominent problems. So it should be within the organization. So there is no point of identifying problems outside, because we have not got any hold on problems that are outside the organization. So it is related to real problems that is inside the organization. Problems like behavioral problems, inefficiency, ineffectiveness, etc. Next, laboratory training methods based on experience behavior are used to bring change. So there are a lot of laboratory training methods which they use. So on behavior, so it can be anything of on the job or any kind of activities which takes place inside the organization to understand the behavior and alter the behavior of the people. That is the meaning. OD uses change agent to guide and affect the change. That is, there is a change agent who is external to the organization. So what does this change agent do? So he is a researcher or a human resource manager who comes in as a catalyst. Catalyst means he does not get under any change. He comes inside, he comes out with a planned change, he comes out with the steps, different steps in organization process or organization development process, and he changes the organization. So he is an external who guides. So who guides the organization developments and finally enforces the necessity changes that are required. That is the meaning. In OD, there is a close relationship between change agent and people who are being changed. So obviously there has to be a close relationship between the change agent. Now there is a change agent. For example, is a researcher and there are people who have to be changed. That is the employees. So here are the employees. So there has to be close relationship. That is, the change agent has to speak to them or interview them or ask them certain questions to know the problem areas. So for this, there has to be close relationship. Suppose there is no close relationship, then obviously the change agent will not get clarity regarding the problem areas. That is the meaning. So next, OD seeks to build problem solving capacity by improving group dynamics and problem confrontation. So what is group dynamics here? Group dynamics means how people interact inside a group. So here what OD is, suppose there is no group cohesiveness, that is people inside the group, they don't like each other. So what OD does is, it will understand the sensitive areas, why people are not liking each other. So then what they do, they come out with some problem solving techniques and they improve the group dynamics and problem confrontation. So they deal with the situation in such a way that they bring in group cohesiveness, that is liking of individuals inside the group. That is the meaning. So they also deal with problems inside the groups and they sort out the problem so that the group, there is unity inside the group and they work well. Next, OD reaches into all aspects of the organization culture in order to make it more humanly responsive. So obviously OD is not only confined to certain levels of the organization, and all aspects of the organization culture is kept into consideration in the organization development. So humanly responsible means they take response from a supervisor or a foreman or a normal employee or the middle level managers or the top level managers, etc. So they want the process to be humanly responsive. So they reaches into all aspects. That is the meaning. OD is long-term approach which takes 3 to 5 years. That is, organization development cannot be brought about overnight. It has to be focused for a very long period of time, not in days or months. It might take nearly 3 to 5 for a successful organizational development to take place. 3 to 5 years for a successful organization development to take place. OD is a dynamic process. Obviously, OD is a dynamic process. Means what? So dynamic means continuously changing. So as the environment in which business operates changes, environments like technological, economic, political, legal, social, cultural change, you will also have to change. So OD is a dynamic process. So you cannot stick to one plan strategy throughout the OD process. You will have to make strategic changes. That is the meaning. Next, OD is research based. Obviously, OD is research based. What is research based? So research means you gather some information. So on analysis of the information, you conclude something. That is research based. So we will understand here how. Change agent conducts surveys, collect data, evaluate, and then decisions are taken. So obviously what change agent? That is the change agent who is the researcher or a human resource manager. What he does is he conducts survey. Survey means he wants to know what is the actual problem, who is causing the problem. So he collects data regarding these things. Like what? Like he comes out with questions and he asks the questions directly to the people inside the organization, or he gives them questionnaires and he collects data. After the data is collected, he evaluates the data. So on evaluation of the data, what happens? Decisions are taken regarding how to change these problems or how to deal with these problems and lead to organization development. That is the meaning. So next, topic we are going is competencies of an OD practitioner. That is, what competitive skills, knowledge an OD practitioner should have. So the first one is managing and measuring work. So obviously, he should be well versed in managing the work and measuring work. Managing the work means analyzing what is the workload of people inside the organization and how people can deal with the work. Managing in other sense, it can be planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. So measuring work is analyzing or evaluating whether the workload that has been given to the people inside the organization is fair or it is too much. That is the meaning. Diagnose and analyze. So obviously he should be very intelligent to diagnose the problem inside the organization. Diagnose means basically you collect certain information to get clarity regarding certain problems that is hampering the growth of the organization. That is the meaning of diagnose. So after diagnose, you analyze. Analyze means you are analyzing the information and you want to come out with an action plan. So you evaluate and analyze, and finally what happens is you get to know in what way you can deal with those problems. That is the meaning. Planning and prioritizing. Planning and prioritizing. Basically, an OD practitioner should be a very good planner. He has to draft plans, policies, rules, regulations, methods. So he has to be very good in planning and prioritization. That is, he should give prominence to certain aspects which need attention as of now or which needs very important attention. That is prioritization. Next, problem solving and decision making. He should be a very good problem solving, because the main reason why organization development is taking place is to solve the problem. So being an OD practitioner, you should be a very good problem solver. So if you are not a good problem solver, obviously you cannot be a very good OD practitioner. Then decision making. Making split second decision, strategic decision, because once you have decided with a plan, that doesn't mean you have to stick to it until the end of OD process. You can alter it based on the strategies you make. So you should be a very good decision maker. Process and project management. That is, you should be able to manage the process that is taking place. Process means it is not an easy thing. Right from the procurement of raw materials till the delivery or manufacturing of the finished products, there are a lot of processes that take place. So being an OD practitioner, you should know what is the process. And project management. So project means it is a series of tasks that has to be done for a speculated period of time to achieve a goal. So you should also be well versed with the project management, how you manage the project, how you come out with project formulations, how you come out with project report, etc. That is the meaning. So next, competencies of an OD practitioner. Next one is self-awareness. So you should be having the latest knowledge regarding what is trending in the market, what is demanding in the market, and he should know the whereabouts of present day general awareness, and also he should have in-depth knowledge regarding what the organization is doing, and he should also know the latest technology that is trending in the world. That is self-awareness. Speaking and presenting. Obviously, to be an effective communicator, you have to speak well. So you have to communicate well. So without speaking, there is no OD process. He will have to speak with the employees, middle-level managers to bring about a change, and also he has to present himself regarding the solution for the problems. So that is speaking and presenting. So next, strategic ability. So strategic ability means he should be very intelligent. So one plan made doesn't mean that you have to stick to the same plan throughout the OD process. You can come out with different strategies in between and you can alter the plan. You can involve yourself in strategic decision making. That is also one more competency of OD practitioner. Then written communication. You should also have the quality of written communication. Means what? He should be a very good writer. He should have good descriptive abilities like writing a memo or writing a notice or writing a business letter. So you should have got very good written communication. So these are the competencies of an OD practitioner. So in the next class, what we will be starting is ethical guidelines for a OD practitioner. So what are the different ethics he has to follow? And there are 7 different steps in the process of organizational development. We will be understanding in the next class. Thank you.